because this is kind of where I think we're headed, is Charlie from Always Sunny is like, oh, well, you know what's going on here? This guy found him, and he found him, blah, 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 blah. And it turned out, bro, you haven't slept in weeks. I'm not saying that about you. I'm saying when you go down a road, but what I want to do.
He's talking about you.
Maybe I am.
Definitely talking about
My stupid loser friend, Vinny.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So let me just.
Is that guy? Show that picture, Rob. That's me, Adam. Oh my God, Adam. Somebody asking questions and connecting dots. That's who you think I am.
If you're wrong, that may very well be you.
Prove me wrong.
Well,
there's no fucking proof.
All right. So then,
where's the proof?
Okay. So then we'll go around in circles.
Go ahead.
All right, so it looks like PBD's podcast hasn't been handling the Epstein news very well. Ever since that DOJ memo about Epstein dropped, every podcast they do just turns into an argument between his co-hosts, Vinny and Adam, which is always hilarious. I mean, whenever the Epstein stuff gets brought up, you know Vinny is going to go off, and Adam will try to gaslight him into thinking it's no big deal, we should trust the government and just move on from it, which sets Vinny off even more. You know, he's usually pretty fired up and passionate, but now he's taking it to another level, and Adam just eggs him on and tries to make him sound crazy for wanting answers about the Epstein stuff, which gets him going even more. But everyone seems to have his side in this. Like, all the comments are praising Vinny, and they can't stand Adam, because Adam really is insufferable. He downplays Epstein's operations so much. He also defends Bill Clinton and even P. Diddy. Recently, after it's reported that Trump is thinking about pardoning P. Diddy, Adam's like, what did Diddy even really do that was that bad other than hit his girlfriend?
We started talking about how Trump may pardon Diddy.
Yeah.
Is that a possibility? Look, something that is very real these days is trial by media and trial by social media. We all thought Diddy was the devil. What has Diddy really done to deserve what he's dealing with right now? Listen, again, disgusting, despicable behavior. Other than that, what has he done that has been really that bad?
So Adam doesn't give a shit about any of this kind of stuff, but Vinny, on the other hand, he's not letting the Epstein stuff go, no matter how much Adam makes fun of him for it. Like, Adam is always insulting him for caring about it, which is wild to be like, why do you care so much about a child sex trafficking blackmail operation that all the elites are involved in and is used to control the government and is now being covered up? You know, Adam thinks if you care about that, then you're a broke loser, which is always the classic deflection tactic. You know, we've seen Tom Segura, Joe Rogan, Brendan Schaub, and a ton of other people say this whenever they get criticized or whenever somebody says something they don't like. You know, they always just resort to calling them broke losers and telling them they need to get their life together, which is funny to say to people in your audience, you know, because these broke losers are helping them pay their bills. And Adam, he's also kind of taking a shot at Vinny, obviously, because he's obsessed with the Epstein files. He talks about it all the time. So Adam clearly thinks he's kind of a loser for caring so much about it.
In my opinion, there's a lot of people that are obsessed with this.
Yes.
That they have zero control over this. Mm-hmm. And these are the types of people, in my opinion, that a lot of these people are what I would call losers, or as what Andrew Tate described as brokies. And they're fat, they're broke, they're losers, they can't get this, they can't get that. They're struggling with work, they're struggling in their relationships. They have nothing going on in their life, but this shiny little object they are obsessed with.
CIA, Mossad, anybody. How disgusting and evil. If you really think about that, step back from who it is. I don't give a shit who it is, Adam. If that is your operation, holy shit, you are one of the most evil, disgusting unit operation, period. And for those little people, Adam, the ones that you think are stupid that are sitting there, they don't just want the flight logs. They want everybody that's involved to fucking go down, period. Accountability. It's simple. One word, Adam. Just like the Brennan and Comey thing. Nothing's going to happen to them. Nothing. Because Republicans go, we're investigating. Nothing is going to happen.
Vinny,
that's the sad thing. Same thing with Fauci.
Vinny, are you okay, bro?
No, I am. It's bullshit,
Okay.
Adam.
Like,
it's bullshit.
I'm with you. And
It's
I want to
bullshit.
understand the frustration and the anger.
It is.
How
many more times do I have to say it, Adam? Is anybody getting in trouble? Do you believe Epstein was running a blackmail ring? Do you think that there's no client list?
Let me ask this question. Between Brennan and Comey, between Fauci, what they did with COVID and, all the ties to Wuhan lab, between Epstein, between Kennedy, John F. Kennedy assassination, MLK assassination, 9/11. What happened to 9/11?
And this is classic PBD here. He always interjects and then takes way too long to ask a simple question. You know, once he starts listing things off or giving examples, you might as well just skip ahead a minute. You know, it always takes him forever to get to the point. It's like he goes into sales mode and he's trying to see how long he can talk without really saying anything or just getting to the point. It's hilarious.
As a financial advisor, when you're in it for 25 years, what you learn to do is a needs analysis every day. What is a needs analysis? A needs analysis, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, what is your income? What are your expenses? How much money do you have in a CD? What do you have in a 401k? What do you have in a defined benefit? What do you have in a 457? Do you have a 529 for your kids? How important is it for you to put your kids in a private school? How much money do you want to set aside for your kids to go to private school? Are you planning on paying for their school tuition or not? Are you planning on letting them go to community? Do you want to do a 50-50? Do you want to have some money for them to start a business? Do you not want to pay anything for them? At what age do you want to retire? How much income do you want to retire with?
Yeah, so it's always just like, dude, get to the point already. We get it. But this is like half his podcast. And now the rest is Vinny flipping out and Adam downplaying sex trafficking and being passive aggressive towards Vinny. It's honestly comedy gold. This show is so funny. I don't know how much longer Vinny will put up with it though, because Adam's always insulting him and being passive aggressive. And Vinny, he gets worked up, but he never really goes back at Adam too hard. So I feel like sooner or later, he's just going to snap and go off on him.
So, you know, I've been watching a lot of people over the weekend sort of have very emotional responses to what's going on here. And I put these people in three categories. There's
stupid, stupid, and really stupid?
That's just your third category, Vinny.
Gotcha.
I'll save the best for last.
Gotcha.
There's the people who want the truth and they're frustrated. The second tier of people, I believe, are people who are eating their popcorn watching this. And then there's a third type of people, like my friend Vinny, who I love very much. And Jeffrey Epstein is living rent-free in your head. And you can't shake it. And every morning you wake up, you're like, dude, we need more information on Epstein.
Actually, I don't actually
It's like
listen.
you're watching the show.
That's not what I do in the morning.
And you're speculating, oh, it's this guy. It could be him. I don't know what's going on. When the reality is, and I mean this sincerely, you don't know shit, bro.
Oh, yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Because
I'll retort when you're done.
If Pam Bondi is saying something, and Kash Patel is saying something.
Oh, I believe them.
And Dan Bongino is saying something, and Trump is saying
the
something.
government wouldn't lie, Adam. You're right.
Okay,
The government would never lie.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you don't know. So I have the humility and I have the capacity to say, you know what? Does this matter? Yeah. Can I control any of this? Zero. If Pam Bondi can't control this and Dan Bongino can't control this and Kash Patel, who basically platformed himself on this issue, can't solve this.
And this podcast interviewed Trump last year, and so I'm sure PBD got a call from someone in the administration telling them to tone down the Epstein talk, which PBD himself has kind of done. He doesn't really give his take on it. He just lets Vinny and Adam go at it. So at least Vinny is trying to hold Trump and his administration accountable and isn't just accepting their lies. I mean, Vinny's the only one on the show the fans think is actually being genuine about this, because most of the comments are criticizing PBD and Adam for just rolling over for Trump. You know, because now after all these people telling us don't trust the government or the elites and we need to get answers to the Epstein files, we're expected to trust the government and the elites and accept that we won't get answers to the Epstein files. It's so pathetic. I mean, Adam, he's just like, well, Kash, Dan, and Pam, they know more than us, so we should just trust them, which they do know more than us, but that's why we shouldn't trust them. You know, they're clearly lying to us. They know it's in the files, and they're saying the files don't exist, and they're trying to cover it up. So who the hell would trust them? You know, it's like going to a crime scene and seeing people cover it up and then asking them what's going on. And they say, nothing, don't worry about it. There's nothing to see here. So then you're just like, all right, well, they saw what happened. They know more than I do. So I'm just going to take their word for it.
The Dan Bongino's entire thing.
Who do you think knows more on this? You or Kash Patel?
What do you mean knows more about this?
Who do you think knows more about this situation?
That now knows exactly what happened and is covering it up?
Patel?
Kash Patel, for sure.
Okay, who knows more, you or Pam Bondi?
Pam Bondi has more.
Who knows more, you or
Okay,
Dan Bongino?
Adam,
Can you pull up Cash's
So
tweets?
I'm going to listen to them,
And what's
not
your
you.
point, Adam? Well, hold on. You know why that's a dumbass argument? What do they know more? Meaning they saw the dirt, Adam, and now they're being quiet. I'm not stupid. Nobody in here is stupid.
Here we go.
You know.
The conspiracy theories just aren't true.
Yeah.
Never have been. It's an honor to serve the President Trump.
At the end of the day, they're unanswered questions. Maybe I'm just a little bit more willing to let this play out.
Well, you're the very few that actually has patience. and maybe not rush to judgment.
But you know what
because
taught
most
me
people
that?
have already made up their mind.
I'm telling you what taught me that.
And then during an episode, Vinny started saying Trump might be in the files, and if he really did anything with kids, then he needs to be held accountable. So Adam starts defending Trump, and again, he's like, really, you don't trust Dan, Cash, or Trump? And he actually gets crazy not to trust them, even though we know they 100% objectively lied to us. So his argument here is ridiculous. He's like, really, Cash is a liar? But of course he is. I mean, it's like he's just trying to set Vinny off, which works, but still everybody took his side. And while Vinny's going off about how he doesn't trust Trump's administration, I don't know if PBD like is uncomfortable about it or something, but he does the funniest shit ever. He interrupts to have the producers pull up a map of consciousness to have Vinny describe what emotions he's feeling, just for Vinny to be like, I'm angry. You know, it's so funny. I mean, this show is just unbelievable.
Okay. What do I want? Adam, I want jail. Okay. And if, God forbid, the president of the United States was involved with it, guess what? Same for him.
Which president?
Our president.
Okay.
If he was
so you want Trump to go to jail now?
If he was with underage girls, 1,000%.
So if Trump was with a 17-year-old girl,
I'll say it again. When he was 40 years old, yes.
So you want Trump to go to jail?
Adam, hold on. Let me ask you. Is it illegal? Can you have sex with a 17-year-old in New York?
35 states.
In New York.
The age is 16. And then in certain states, it's 18. According to some Muslim scriptures, you could be 9.
So it's okay if he was in a different part of land.
Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, Pam Bondi.
Who do I trust the most?
Or whoever's the loudest people on the internet, Tucker, Candace, Dave Smith. Who do you trust more out of that group? No. It's a binary option.
No, hold on.
Who do you trust more?
Adam, I don't trust anybody that's lying to me blatantly in my face. The correlation doesn't match because those guys are asking the questions, Adam. They don't know either. They don't know 100%, but you know what they want? Yeah. Stop bullshitting us. He just nailed it. Why do you keep talking about it? We're talking about it because of you.
Okay, stop yelling. Just because you're yelling, you're not right.
No, it just pisses me off.
You can be loud and you can be wrong. It's hard to be loud and wrong.
Show me where I'm wrong and I'll shut up.
But the point is you're not right. But here we go.
Where am I wrong?
Is Kash Patel lying?
He's not. 100% he's lying.
So 100% Kash Patel's a liar.
From what he said, Adam, he was in the administration. He said they had all of it.
Is Dan Bongino a liar?
Yes, yeah, he did, Adam.
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Is Pam Bondi a liar?
Yes, blatantly lying in front of our face.
Is Trump a liar?
I think so, Adam.
Is J.D. Vance?
I think they're all lying to us, Adam.
Okay.
Yeah. Even if it's a little lie, they lie.
How about this? They're all liars.
Yeah.
Who's right? Because you probably absorbed a lot of content on X. I assume. I know X is your thing.
No.
Who's right out there? Who's your? Go ahead. You've already gone 99%. Let's go 100. This person, this person, this person. I trust them.
Adam.
Who is it?
I don't trust anybody.
Who do you give? You think is this guy knows what he's talking about? Who's that person?
Adam.
Is it you?
I trust for all the stuff that I'm seeing, all the stuff that I'm reading, all the dots that we connect.
You think? Because,
I have a problem with
because
that.
To me, the moment, like if you pull up power versus force, Rob, the chart. Which one of these feelings do you currently have right now? Go to second one. Yeah, zoom in a little bit.
In my life?
No,
right
now.
On this particular
issue. At this specific moment.
Yes.
At this specific moment. And I want you to go to the third column. You know where it says level? So go all the way to the bottom. Shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride, courage.
I'm angry.
Okay.
I'm obviously angry.
Okay.
Angry patriot.
So, by the way.
Look at his shirt.
No. But by the way.
I get it. Bless you, sir.
So you're angry.
Yes.
And then PBD also talks about how he's angry as well. And that's why he doesn't want to give his take on this because he's not in the right state of mind to speculate on it, which is just total cope. You know, he's buddies with Trump. You had him on the podcast. I'm sure you got a call to tell him to tone down the Epstein talk. That's why he doesn't go too hard on this, which is causing him to get a lot of shit from his fans. You know, whenever they talk about Epstein, the podcast seems to get a lot of negative comments, except for the ones praising Vinny, of course. You know, he's the only one that people seem to think is trying to tell the truth and be honest about what's going on.
Both parties. Like, trust me, I'm angry. I'm not in the right state to decipher what's going on because I'm coming from an angry place. You know, like, Tico. Where he's at and what we're talking about before.
Yeah.
How can we not do something? Like, how are we feeling? Where are we at? We're in what? We're in guilt, anger,
kind of a little
pride.
Yeah, I'm
right?
when it comes to him, I'm very like, dude.
That's right.
Yeah.
But guess what?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, so this podcast has definitely gotten more entertaining with all the Epstein stuff. I mean, a lot of podcasts have. And now more and more comedians are starting to make fun of Rogan and his group of comedians for interviewing Trump and endorsing him and helping him get elected, which I've been covering a lot over on Patreon. Also, Alex Jones, he just did a debate and he realized Trump is cooked and he almost had a panic attack over it. I'll be covering that this weekend, and there are over 140 other exclusive videos on there. I talk about Tim Dillon exposed Joe Rogan's handler. I recently covered Sam Hyde's crash out on Harlan Williams. There's a ton of stuff, so if you're a fan of the channel, make sure you check it out. It's definitely worth it. There'll be a link in the description.
It's either one of three things. Maybe I'm off. Number one, either he's just a total creep pervert, granted. Number two, financial criminal mastermind. Or number three, and a lot of people are making him out to be like Hannibal Lecter and Freddy Krueger and Darth Vader personified. Where do you have him, Scott?
Are these things mutually exclusive?
They can be all three.